Okay, let's do a little bit of a video on a build. I'm trying something new right now. I kind of got this all set up so that I can do a building and you won't be seeing a whole lot of me. So here's what we're going with. Got right here a new Orchid V3. And it comes with all kinds of nice stuff. This I'll never use. Gone. The only thing I'll use out of here is probably the screwdriver. I might use, because the build deck is so funky, and you'll see why in a minute, I might use, well, I'll use those extra O-rings eventually. This right here to pull this wire up on the second coil. Because this is a dual coil device. Build deck is really nice. It's the reason I got this thing. It's because of the build deck. They always come in real tight. Oh, come on, baby. I guess I'm gonna have to get a. Sorry, folks. If you don't keep this stuff around, you ought to, especially if you got K-Funds or Orchids or whatever. It's this grippy stuff that they use on boats and RVs. Keep stuff from falling off shelves. It is really good for this. Man, they made it tight. Okay, I think I got it with that. Yeah. Holy smokes, man. Imagine somebody that wasn't that strong trying to build one of these bad boys. Get the chimney out of the way. Cute chimney, by the way. I like it. This is what I bought it for, though. This is the build deck. That build deck has got 4 holes in it. And that's what makes this special. Not crazy about having to use one of these things to an Allen wrench to work on it, but you know something, I can put up with it because I do like the idea of the build deck. The only problem here is you got to be able to see. That's where these things come in. Okay. I'm probably going to edit some of this out. Great. Whoever manufactured it threaded this thing wrong. Or started it in there wrong. Okay, that's good enough. That's close enough. Open up those 2 holes, because this is going to be a dual coil build. Okay, now they're all 4 nice and opened up. That's what you want to see. So let's put this to the side just for a minute. Oh, a cool drip tip too. Kind of like the drip tip. And I think they give you extras on all this stuff, which is really nice because I'm good for losing things. Okay, 28 gauge Canthal. I've already cut a couple pieces to save a little bit of time. My trusty nippers, Harbor Freight. I would recommend that to anybody. We're going to go ahead and wrap 2 coils. I'm not shooting for anything amazing as far as low, so I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, 10 wraps, which would usually put me, I don't know, somewhere around 1.5. If I do 2 of these, of course it's in half, so we'll be at like 0.75 if I guessed right. If I didn't, you know something, it's still going to vape. We're all good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. If you don't have one of these rigs like I'm using right now, I do recommend it. I hate having to feel like I need 4 hands when I'm doing a coil. And unless you're really, really good, you might have a hard time doing it in midair with just a screwdriver or a drill bit, which, you know, for me that's just tough stuff, and I don't want the hassle. I'd rather have a rig here where I can work on it and make it easy. Okay, now let's get that babies installed. I'm going to take this off the rig and keep my coil on it. Put this over here with my build deck. I'll just make it easy for me to do. Holes are wide open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the outside and then I'm going to skip one. In other words, I'm going to skip over to the on the center to the other side of the build deck. Pull it in generally, I don't know, generally tight because I'm going to readjust it anyway. Got to keep it. I'm not going to snug it down so hard that it's going to snap the wire, but we'll get it good and snug. I've been known to snap wires anyway. Right, there we go. There's one. So lift up the coil a little bit. Snip this off. Not like you can't get an Orchid rebuild on YouTube anywhere, but we have some fun with this. Okay. These don't have to be as tight as what most people think. They can be spaced out. You're not really going to get hot legs out of that. It's not a super pretty coil, but it is not bad. Okay. Load this back onto a piece of wire that I like to wrap with. And this is 3mm, in case anybody wants to know. Now here's where it gets really crazy. Like you're going to bend that coil back down to do it. When you put this thing through and do the other side, it's got to clear. And that one went, wow, easier than any of them I've done on an Orchid so far. That's why I had these dental picks and all this other stuff here ready to have to use them. Come on. And pretty tight. This is not perfect. You'll never get perfect coils if you get them close. They're just heating elements. That's all you need. You get your heating elements right. Okay. bring those up, tighten them up. Pull this out. Come on. Not much for twisting them off. I like to clip them nice and close. I don't really have a super close-up camera, so I hope you can see that. Uh-oh. That ought to be fun. Getting that in there to get that. It's the only design flaw I see on an Orchid. Get in there and get the second coil clipped off. You're in there. Come on, baby. I'm going to lift it above the deck a little bit and kind of compress it on both of them. This one actually needs to slide over a little bit. I want it near the hole. Okay, so that's what we got. 2 little coils. Got them off the deck. This one needs to come off the deck just a little bit more. So they're sitting right above the holes. Let's see what we came out with. Heh, not bad for an amateur, 0.71. I don't know if the camera's picking that one up. That's where I was hitting for, 0.7, which is really good for an Orchid or K-Fun. Okay, let's load this on a mod. Just happen to have a mech. I'm going to pull the Patriot off of it. Set that Patriot aside.